Hello everyone, good morning students. Dear students, in previous class we take and discuss a very important chapter of your syllabus which is algebraic factorizations, and we take and solve some important questions based on the topic factorizations using the algebraic identities. And also we discuss about the factorization through by splitting the middle term, and factorization of any algebraic expression by splitting the middle term. Now dear friends, in today's class we take and discuss some important questions basically which we in today's class we start a very important new chapter of your NCERT side, which is chapter number 15, Introduction to Graphs. Introduction to Graphs. Dear friend, you have seen the graphs in the newspaper and television, magazine, books, etc. The purpose of graph is to show the numerical data, numerical facts in usual form. Numerical facts in usual form. So basically the main objective of the graph is represented to show the numerical facts of anything in visual form, so that they can be understood quickly, easily and clearly. Okay, so generally the main causes to show the graph to show the numerical facts into the visual form. Okay, and you know that thus the graph are usual representation of data collected. Generally graphs is what thus graphs are visual representations of data collected. Okay, graph is what visual representation graph of the are visual representation of data collected. Okay, so now there are so many types of graph like bar graph, histogram, pie chart, and you know that in previous your chapter data handling you discuss all about that of graphs. Like you know there are many types of graphs are generally types of graph. In previous class you already discussed about all these of graph. You discuss about the bar graph, you discuss about the histogram. Okay, histogram, and also in previous class we discuss about the pie chart. Discuss about the pie chart, or we says that pie graph, or we can say that pie graph. All these graphs you already discussed in previous classes, previous chapter. Okay, and you know that bar graph is in that type of graph. So generally the main uses to construct to draw the graph of any collected data is we represent the numerical facts in visual form. So in this way we can say the graphs are visual representation of data collected. So basically there are three important types of graph which we draw, and you've seen everywhere: bar graph, histogram and pie chart. Okay, and bar graph, you know that a bar graph is used to show the comparison amongst categories. Generally the main uses of bar graph is what? This is the use to show the comparison among categories. It mainly consists of two or more parallel vertical bars, rectangle. In bar graph we represent, there are we draw in this way. Here we draw the rectangular column in this way. Okay, so this is the construction. This is the example of bar graph, and generally bar graph is used to show the comparison amongst categories. Okay, the bar graph, so in this way. And bar graphs can also have the double bars as shown in the figure. Double bars is shown in the figure. These graphs give the comparative account of cells. So in this way. Now this is the concept of bar graph. Now you know all about that histogram. You know that a histogram is a bar graph that shows data in intervals. Histogram is also what? Histogram is what? Histogram is a bar graph. It is a bar graph. It is a bar graph that show data in intervals. In intervals. Okay, it has adjacent bars over the interval. Like that. Look. So now we draw a histogram. Look. Now suppose that we draw a histogram and look. This is the concept of histogram. Okay, so here that symbol is called as king. This is called as king. It means that suppose that this is we write as 40, 45, 50, 55, okay, 60, 65. Suppose that, and here this is the weight in kg. This in along x-axis we represent the weight in kg, and here in vertical column this is the number of persons. Here we represent the number of persons, like 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 and also on. Okay, so that symbol represent as what? This symbol shows that it has been used along the horizontal line to indicate that we are not showing numbers between. We are not showing that symbol is represent that we are not showing number between 0 to 40. 0 to 40 means here this is the space now, so it is that symbol represent that we not show the number between 0 to 40. Okay, and this symbol is known as called king. So here this is the shape of histogram. Here we have draw that this is the weight. There are no gap between bars in histogram. In bar graph there are some gap between two successive bars, but in histogram there are no gap between two successive bars. Okay, in histogram there are no gaps between bars, and because there are no gaps between the intervals, what is the information? So because of there are no gap between the intervals, this is 40 to 40 means 40 to 45. This way there are two persons which have weight 40 to 45. So this bar histogram represent the data in visual form. Here data is what? Weight of the persons. We have the group of person and their weights. Okay. So in this way, so there are no gap between two successive bars in histogram. So this is the concept of histogram. Okay. Now in this way you can draw any numerical data in visual form in this way, in the form of bar graph and also in the form of histograms. Now you also note that the pie chart. So let's see, we discuss about the pie graph and its figure. Here friend, a pie graph is used to compare parts of a whole. Pie graph. Pie graph. Here the basically use of a pie graph is used to compare parts of a whole. Compare parts of a whole. It is used to compare parts of a whole. Okay. So you also know what is the concept of pie chart, and the pie chart is drawn in this way. In any pie chart, this is a central angle according to question, and this is the various trends. So pie chart generally show in a circular form, and it is used to compare parts of a whole. So in this way we discuss about some important concept related to that. Okay, now in this way, first of all, in this way you can draw the graph of any numerical facts into the visual form using that concept. So in bar graph there are some gap between two bars. In histogram there are no gap between two successive bars, and pie charts is used for compare of a whole, part of a whole. So in this way you can construct the graph of any questions which is given in your question, NCERT book. So please, dear friends, solve all the important questions of your NCERT exercise based on the graph, like bar graph, histogram and pie graph. Now we are going to discuss about the linear graph. Linear, the whole line. Okay, so now we discuss about the location of a point on the bar graph, and also we discuss about the coordinates. Okay, now before we discussing about the coordinates, first of all, now we are going to discuss about coordinates. Before discussing the concept of coordinates, first of all we discuss about the Cartesian coordinate system. We discuss about the Cartesian coordinates. Dear students, in Cartesian coordinate system, we generally draw two mutual perpendicular lines. We draw two mutual perpendicular lines as x dash and y dash. Mutual perpendicular lines means that the angle between these two lines is always 90 degree. Is always what? 90 degree. So this is the concept of mutual perpendicular lines. Okay, now look. So dear friends, the horizontal line x dash, O and x, the horizontal line x dash O x is called x axis, and the vertical line y O y dash is called y axis. Is called y axis. Okay, so that horizontal line is called x axis. This is your x axis, dear friends, and this is your y axis. Okay, and the point of intersection between these two lines is called the origin, and the coordinate of origin is 0, 0. Dear friends, in your chapter you just locate the given points or coordinates on the graph. So before drawing the points on the graph, first of all you clear the concept of Cartesian coordinate system. So in that system, this is your origin, and this is the from origin, the right side of the origin, this is the positive direction of x-axis. Means all the points which are lies on that side is always positive. We take +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, and all the points, set of points which is lies left side of the origin, that is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. Okay, and all the set of points which are lies along on the y-axis. So this is +1, this is +2, this is 3, this is +4, and so on, taken as positive. And the below from the origin, this is negative direction of y. This is -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5, and so on. Okay, so this is the and dear friend, the set of all points. So any coordinate. So now we are going to discuss about what is the concept of coordinate. Dear students, in that part, any coordinates can be written in the order pair on x, y. Any coordinate written in the form of any points, any coordinate in the form of xy. X is what called abscissa, and this is called as ordinate. This is called x coordinate, this is called y coordinate. So x coordinate is what? Dear friend, the set of all points. The set of all points which lies on the x-axis. The set of all points which lies on the x-axis are generally called as x coordinate, and the set of all points which lies on the y-axis, which lies on the y-axis is called as y coordinate, means ordinate. Okay, and look, this is your first quadrant, this is called as first quadrant, this is called your second quadrant, and this is called your third quadrant, and this is called as fourth quadrant. Now look, this is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, both the abscissa and ordinate, means x coordinate and y coordinate, both are positive in that quadrant. In second quadrant, both the abscissa and negative. Here abscissa is negative, this is the abscissa is negative, but ordinate is positive. So minus plus sign lies in that quadrant. In third quadrant, both the abscissa, means x coordinate, and y coordinate both are negative. So in third quadrant, both are negative. In fourth quadrant, abscissa is positive, but ordinate is negative. So in this way, you can locate, you can draw the plot point, the given point on the graph. Now we take some important question based on these topics. Okay, after that you can solve each and every questions of your NCERT exercise. So now your question is indicate the location of points on graph. Indicate the location of point, like this is 2 1 0 5 2 0. Now first of all, we draw the Cartesian coordinate system like that. Okay, this is y, this is the point of origin. So means at the origin both the x coordinate and y coordinate both are equal to 0. Okay, and this is y dash, this is x, this is x dash. So this is the positive direction of x. So here we take plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. Here we take as plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, and plus 5. So now 2, 1. So here x coordinate is 2. So plus 2 is there. Now 1 is, this is positive. This is represent as x coordinate, and this is represent as y coordinate. So here x coordinate is plus 2 and y coordinate is plus 1. So plus 2 and plus 1 is that position, that point. From there we go to above. So this is location of point 2 1. Now 0, 5 of x coordinate 0 at origin, and this is plus 5. So go through up here. This is the point 0 5 at that position, and 2 0 mean abscissa is 2. So now look, and ordinate 0. Y coordinate is 0 at x coordinate. So here this is the location of point 2 0. So in this way you can plot that type of points on the graph paper. Okay, now so in this way in today's class we take some important questions and concepts regarding to introduction to graphs. So first you revise and solve each and every question of your NCERT exercise based on graph. Okay, which is very important for you and your upcoming examination. Thus, dear students, now in next class we take and discuss some important concept and question based on graph. So first you revise and do more and more practices. Thank you.